Hey everyone, welcome to Jojo's World.
Giorno Giovanna, mon ami.
I see you're doing this again.
Well, I mean, it's a good way to introduce the show, right?
No.
Oh, damn it.
I'm Liam S. Smith, one of your co-hosts.
And I'm Nick Ballantyne, the other one of the co-hosts.
This is our JoJo's Bizarre Adventure recap and discussion podcast, where today we watch the 4th episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Vento Oreo, entitled Joining the Gang, which covers chapters 451 through 455 of the manga.
It was weird.
It was good. I liked it.
I mean, yeah, but it was just weird.
Pretty standard JoJo stuff, I'd say.
But, people are dying by the protagonist's hand? This is...
A newer, darker protagonist for the 21st century. What will he do? Who can control him? No one. Let's find out. Here on JoJo's World, your number one source of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, from me, Liam S. Smith.
And me? Question mark? My name is question mark now. That's where we're going with
Hi,
this.
I'm question mark. I'm the one who asks all the questions.
I have two first names, but don't be alarmed. Liam, this episode has been brought to you and the Institute of Reading Out Patrons by Shiro 2809.
Shiro 2809. The 2801st experiment in the Shiro line.
Okay, sure. Why not the other 7?
Because I got the numbers wrong.
It's Shiro 2809. Buy now and you too can have a full Shiro. That's Shiro 2809.
Anime characters named Shiro have white hair, because I think that means white or something.
What, Shiro?
Yeah.
But then, have we ever met anyone named Shiro in our lives?
I haven't.
We need to try harder to meet someone named Shiro.
We really don't.
I mean, I feel like we do.
Nick, have you heard?
Have I heard what?
A voice actor for Judgment, aka Judge Eyes, did cocaine. They're basically scrapping the whole project.
Are you serious?
They've stopped it on sale and taken it off the Sega website.
What? No, okay, hang on. Hold up. Thank you, Shiro2889. What? Hang on, okay. Go back a second. Judgment, or Judge Eyes.
The upcoming
spin-off.
private investigator game taking place in the Yakuza franchise. Yakuza, of course, being one of our 3 primary intertextual references.
Is just not happening anymore?
Pierre Taki was arrested on suspicion of cocaine use. And per this Polygon article, Sega is suspending sales of Judgment. The game has been pulled from digital stores, and Sega has halted its shipments of the physical version of Judgment, known as Judge Eyes in Japan.
Why? Is it really?
Japan has really intense drug laws, apparently, but it's about, perception.
Yeah, that makes sense. But, surely it was coming out this year, wasn't it?
It's out there.
I mean, yeah, true, it is out there. But, really? That level of, no, we can't have anyone doing drugs in our games. Really?
Apparently.
Wow, that's intense. That would never happen in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, though. No one would ever do cocaine.
No one would ever do drugs in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 5 Vento Oreo.
Especially not the kids who are doing drugs on the streets. We have to stop them.
Because the bad mobsters are selling them to them, but the good mobsters are like, I don't like those drugs.
Yeah, they're like the Yakuza,
See, it all comes full circle.
Oh, man. God, it's just such a strange circumstance to be in, isn't it? Where, you have the good mobsters and the bad mobsters, but they're the same mobsters. It's just weird.
Yeah, more on that in weeks to come, I assure you.
Yeah.
So, Nick.
Yes.
Joining the gang.
Yes.
What did you think?
It was a slow episode.
You think so?
I thought so.
There was battle.
Yeah?
There was a premeditated murder.
There was a premeditated murder, that is true. That was a twist and a half. I was like...
Koichi was in it.
I mean, he was in it and a half. Holy shit. I am so pleased that Koichi is back. I am really glad. There's one bit in the episode in particular. Koichi has a little moment in the corner down there that I want in every single episode. When anything good or bad, I can see that you're struggling to maintain.
No, I just don't really know what you're talking about.
You know the little circle down
I think
in the
I must
corner?
have missed this when I was taking notes.
There's, down in the bottom left-hand corner, there's a little circle that opens up, and Koichi's in it going, oh my god, he did this thing!
Right. You want the Koichi audio-visual commentary.
Yes. The picture-in-picture Koichi moment. Where he's like, oh, did you know that this thing is happening right now? He did this thing!
He's also doing Auslan interpretation.
He's just sitting there being like, hey guys.
Which is a weird thing to do in a subtitled media.
Yeah. But he'll just be like, hey guys, so I'll be doing Auslan, and this guy will be doing a different kind of, like his
sign
stand.
language.
Yeah, his stand will be doing a different sign language at the same time.
Whoa.
I know. Incredible.
And also, the subtitles are there. Joining the gang
Yes.
is our second, I suppose. How do I want to slice this?
It's the 4th episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Vento Oreo, in English known as Oreo Vents.
It is the first stand battle of part 5 that doesn't result in a friendship.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's fair. Are you implying that perhaps there are more stand battles that will not end in friendships?
Well, most of them don't,
Oh,
as I'm
okay.
sure you remember. Except, I suppose, in part 4.
In part 4, a lot of them ended in friendship.
But in part 3 and in part 5, a lot of them don't.
Oh, okay, good.
A lot of them end with implied and probable, but never made explicit, murder.
It's like, I turned this guy's lungs into trees. It's like, does that kill him? No one knows.
I punched this guy so hard he flew through a clock tower, and then I said, here's your receipt.
I once stopped time so hard that this guy basically died. It's like, how'd you stop time? It doesn't matter anymore, all right? We're way past that.
I killed a rat.
You killed a rat?
So, we open when, last week, the stand that we are never named in the episode, but know to be called Black Sabbath,
Hell yeah.
stabs an old man with an arrow that comes out of its mouth. Not just any arrow, though, a special magical stand arrow.
And not just any old man, it's Mario.
He's like a janitor.
Mario! They killed Mario, Liam.
Do you want to still got the lighter lit again? His clothes are green and his hair is blue.
He's all like, shit, that guy's coming at me.
Yep, that guy's coming at him. He steps back into the shadows of the stairway banister, which we see ripple like a pond surface for a mere moment. The thing rushes at him, grabs him by the shadow, pulls his soul out, which looks like a weird sort of clay.
It's like, you know, the Scream? It's like that without the face at first. And then it sort of contorts into
a Babadook.
Which then causes a great deal of pain to our shadowy friend. Although in the long term, not in the short term, I'm just saying.
And then it resolves itself into gold experience. Cut to the opening.
Fighting gold!
Thank you to the Twitter user who pointed out that this quote-unquote statue that we see at the start of the opening is in fact a rendering of a popular image of Giorno.
Ah, it all makes sense now because he's the main character.
Oh!
Yeah, and chains. I still want to know what the chains are all about though, because they're everywhere.
We know about the chains. They're basic symbolism.
I mean,
more on that later.
Just, Nick, we know about the chains. What are they? More about it when it actually happens.
Like, consider how, like, Giorno was bound by
the bloodline.
No, well, yes, but also
the fate of
by like the strictures of society that he was stuck in when his dad was beating him and those boys were being mean to him. But then a mobster came and taught him to break those chains and work outside of society's
heteronormative links.
I mean, he got a lot more fab, so
if there's one thing we've learned, it's that if you want to be a good gangster, you got to get more fab. And what did he do? He got way more fab.
Really upped his game.
He really fucking did.
After the OP, we close up on Black Sabbath's big Muppet mouth as it widens open and the arrow comes out. Arrow, I noticed, covered in spit or some fluid.
Yeah. I don't know how to feel about
What's going on in there, Black Sabbath?
Is he just licking? Does he have a tongue? Because he does a beak.
He can speak.
He can speak, but...
And then Qui-Gon's like, just because you can speak does not mean you have a tongue.
Oh. Those sick burns.
Black Sabbath is a English rock band formed in Birmingham in 1968 by guitarist and main songwriter Tony Iommi.
Yeah, he's a good lad. He lost his fingers.
How?
So he worked...
I'm going to let you take the lead on this one.
Oh, sure. So Tony was a steel mill worker, and he wanted to start up Black Sabbath because he really liked, guitar. But one day when he was in the steel mill, I think it was like 2 or 3 of his fingers got caught in a cutter or something like that, and they just got cut off. And so he was like, shit, I'm never going to be able to play guitar again. But no,
But he did.
he did play guitar
Like
again.
that one drummer.
Yes, exactly like that one drummer. So he's got like little rubber fingers now.
Ah, rubby fingies.
Yes. Oh no. So he's got these rubby fingies.
Hi, I'm Rubby Fingies. Welcome to my TED Talk on overcoming physical adversity.
If you lose all of your rubby fingies, don't fret. You can always just make more, like Tony Iommi.
With which you can use to finger frets.
That I almost thought that was going to go somewhere completely different, but
But
good.
it didn't.
But good.
So
okay.
moving on.
Whew. So he's got little rubber fingers. The lead singer of Black Sabbath is one Mr. Ozzy Osbourne, who was the lead singer for a while. And then, guess who's the lead singer of Black Sabbath now?
Buckethead.
No, you're thinking Guns N' Roses. Actually, no, he's not anymore, because he's dead. Dio became the lead singer of Black Sabbath for a while.
Ronnie James Dio.
Yeah.
Or Dio Brando.
Well, both. There was that weird middle ground where, like, at any live show, do we get the singer or killed by
A sexy vampire.
a sexy vampire? Do we get flesh-butted or Dio'd? That is the question. So then, yeah, Ozzy Osbourne comes back later and he's all like, this is my fucking band.
Oi, mates. Oh, I'm just over here wanting my band back.
I'm gonna take over my band, eh?
Gonna eat this bat. Just a big, delicious bag of bats here.
Hey.
I eat them like a snake. It's me, Ozzy Osbourne.
I still can't believe he didn't realise it was not
Subscribe to my reality show.
Keeping up with the Osbournes.
I'm taking up Twitch streaming. I'm going to play some Apex Legends.
Oh god, we're really dating this episode now.
And I'm really looking forward to the release of Sekiro Shadows Die Twice.
Would you actually watch Ozzy Osbourne
No.
playing video games?
No.
Are you sure?
I might watch Alice Cooper play video games.
Just him being like, wow, this guy's a piece of shit. He's actually very well spoken.
Yes, I believe it was the Navajo who, you know, Wayne's World.
Yeah, Wayne's World. When they, who else did they meet in that scene? It was like Alice Cooper comes in, he's like, guys, let's all settle down. We're all correct.
Yep,
And then he has that long exposition about,
local Native Indian
yeah,
tribes.
and you're just like,
Native
oh.
American, rather.
He's like, wow, radical. Anyway,
Anyway, he owns restaurants, he plays golf.
he owns restaurants?
So, Black Sabbath have some songs.
Yes, they do. Like Paranoid, or Iron Man,
Ah,
or Black Sabbath.
the theme to Iron Man.
Yes.
The love theme from Iron Man.
Oh, Pepper, you've been by my side every day.
Achoo.
Dun, 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 etc.
I thought it was da 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 da.
What?
Isn't that how that goes?
What? Dun, 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 dun?
Yeah.
No. So Black Sabbath.
Or am I thinking of the? I'm thinking of the theme of the old Iron Man cartoon. So anyway, Black Sabbath, Jojo Vele. I'm just grabbing the wheel.
Here we go.
and
Here we go.
steering
Come on.
right along. Black Sabbath, Jojo Vele commentary.
Yes.
Can I get just like some soft piano? Black Sabbath, Jojo Vele commentary by Hirohiko Araki. Nick, you didn't give me any soft
What?
piano.
No, I thought you were going to add that in like the edit.
Please.
Oh, okay. Dun, 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 dun. Blun, blun.
Great.
That's what soft piano
Blun
sounds
blun.
like. Blun, blun.
Blun blun, everyone.
If you're feeling down in the dumps, have a bit of blun, blun.
He writes, Venetian carnival dress, like something out of Casanova? That, combined with the image of a god of death. It has a wide-brimmed hat and collar because it's wearing medieval Italian clothing.
That was a roller coaster of inspirations. So Venetian what dress?
Carnival dress.
Venetian
You
carnival
know, like
dress.
the carnival in Venice where you'd wear the masks.
Yeah. Right. And a wide-brimmed hat
Hmm.
and a collar.
Because it's wearing Italian medieval clothing.
Ah, how Italian.
And medieval.
I'm surprised that he would have looked that far back for inspiration.
I noticed in a close-up on its hands in one scene today that it has iconography of what's either like a spade suit or the arrow on it. So
Ooh.
quite fortunate that one of its sub-powers is to stick the arrow down its gob and then stab people with it.
It's very subtle imagery,
yeah.
but it's there.
So, the start of the episode, after the OP, Jono's stand has been grabbed by Black Sabbath and is like, I'm going to stab you with the arrow. Blob, blob.
And Jono's all like, oh no!
But what happens if my stand is stabbed?
So this is actually really fucking cool. Because, like, he goes to grab the arrow
By the blade.
by the blade.
Inadvisable.
Which,
there's the entire rest of the arrow
look,
there.
he's what, like 15,
Yep,
16
he is
years old?
15 years
He's got a lot to learn about arrows, okay? You have to take it easy on him.
He grabs it and it's like a big puff of pain steam seeping out between his hands.
And there's like those cool glowy cut lines coming out of him. He's
Yeah,
all like,
out of his
"Ooh."
actual proper hand too.
Yeah.
And Giorno's like, oh, this hurts, but I gotta do it. I gotta do this really cool thing right now. And then he strikes a squat and starts glowing.
I love that 90% of the conflict in this episode is resolved by, whoa, hold up. Let me just get into this pose.
Yeah. He's all, Polpo's garbage. He talks like about trust and stuff, but he just killed that old man. So I've gotta punch him like this. He mutters Black Sabbath.
Muda, please.
And he's all, your senses will go berserk. And he slowly falls down the stairs into the darkness because he splits open a, yep, you heard me. He splits open that bucket of water.
Yep.
Which splits.
Slips over him.
And he vanishes. Like so many tears in the rain.
Ooh, good ref. So, Giorno is... Wait, is it Giorno or Giorno?
Giorno.
How am I going to remember Giorno instead of Giorno?
Like Jojo.
Oh, okay. I can try that. Yeah, sure. So Jojo... No, it's not going to
You
work.
could just call him Jojo.
Yeah, sure. I'll call him Jojo. So Jojo, the prime Jojo at this point in time, is all like, haha, what? He's gone.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make any sense.
So Giorno's standing around being like, where's he gone? And Black Sabbath slowly comes out of the shadow of the banister and just slowly reaches out. And I like the way they reveal this because we don't see him grab his soul and do that whole thing again. Instead, we just see like a prick of blood start to appear on Giorno's neck, and he turns around and, oh, gold experience has been got again.
And it's like way closer than before.
Yeah.
The arrow like right there. And you're like, oh.
Gasp. His movements are slower because of my powers, but now he's just as strong and he has me.
How will I escape this? The main character, Jojo.
How does he escape this?
I forgot.
The sun, like, crests over the building and Black Sabbath disappears. He gets lucky.
The sun, you say? How interesting a weakness.
How interesting that the noonday sun should save him in this moment when it should go to being sunset mere moments from now.
See, this is what I was saying before. When we were watching the episode, I was like, has the sun not just been there the whole time? And you were like, no, it crested over.
It did. It crested over surprisingly fast.
I just thought, like, it was midday last episode, and we were in the sun not more than, like, a minute ago.
Well, actually, we know it was at least past 3 p.m. because that was when the test started.
Yeah, true. But that's still pretty fucking early in the day. Unless the sunset is, like, really different.
Unless Italy is north enough that they have, like, 6 months of day and 6 months of night. That's probably the case, right, Nick?
Italy's a weird place. I wouldn't put it past it, Liam. It is shaped like a football man kicking a thing.
Yep, Big Boot Italy kicked Little Sicily.
Yeah.
Giorno gets dropped off the banister as it vanishes, and then Koichi, like, Kramer slides into frame, and he's like, Giorno Giovanna, what did you do to that old man?
You got any milk?
I saw you talk, what?
That Kramer.
Oh, sure, yeah.
You looked so offended just
I was
now.
like, what? I was just so perplexed by that thing you said. But of course, it was Kramer's classic catchphrase, you got any milk?
Yeah,
Crowd goes wild.
He'd just come in and be like, hey, you got a thing in the fridge? And I'd be like, whoa, that's new comedy. That's how that worked back in the day in the 90s.
And then the mean lady, Elaine, would be like, get out, and shove him.
Shut up. Bam.
Seinfeld, we're not here to talk about it, and let's stop.
That's true.
Koichi's there. What did you do to him, Giorno Giovanna? And Giorno's like, I didn't do anything to him.
I know what it looks like, but I definitely didn't kill him.
The stand did it. No, you did it. I saw everything from the grass.
Oh, I'm so pleased you're making that joke.
Giorno's all, but does that mean you saw the lighter being relit?
Of course I did. I saw it from the window where I was watching you kill that old man.
But that means it's after you too, Koichi. Black Sabbath comes out and grabs him.
He's all like, there's only 2 options, you little shit.
Yep, he says it's all he'll ever say.
Ooh.
Gold experience helps Koichi, grabs that arrowhead again.
And he's all like, man, this blade is really sharp. If only there was some other part of the arrow I could touch.
And he hatches his cunning scheme to drag Black Sabbath into the sunlight. Quite ironic that he should be trying to defeat an opponent by exposing them to the sun, despite his own vampiric roots.
Ah, that is ironic, isn't it? That's a good observation.
Yes, I'm good at this. What he's done...
I did English lit, Nick.
He's turned the banister of the staircase, this fateful banister upon which so much of this fight hinges, into morning glories.
Now, what are morning glories?
Like a sort of weird vine. Morning Glory is, of course, the name of the orphanage that Kazuma Kiryu opens after Yakuza 1 to raise his adopted daughter, Haruka Sawamura, and also the other orphans he accumulates who are far less important.
Liam, can we rename our analysis of this part from JoJo's World Part 5 to JoJo's World, It's Definitely Not a Yakuza Podcast? Because I feel like every single episode...
Well, what we would probably rename is we'd probably go from JoJo's World, a podcast for nerds. Never forget that's our subtitle.
That's true.
JoJo's World, technically not a Yakuza podcast.
Or we just turn it into JoJo's World Kiwami. Definitely not. Ooh, yeah, see? It's tasty now.
JoJo's World, the song of life. So,
So you've got these morning glories that start hanging down.
Yeah, they're a hanging plant.
Yep.
And because they are hanging, there is more sun. And Black Sabbath is hit by that more sun. And he starts to, like, do a big boss fight death sequence.
I don't know if we'd call it a big boss fight.
He's, like, flailing around and steam is coming off him. And he's like, I'm melting.
Yeah, he's sort of like...
Wicked Witching the West.
Yeah, very much so. Except with a lot more, like... What do you call it when, like, an entire body flails to and fro?
I think that's probably pretty descriptive.
But, like, there's got to be a word for your whole body.
He's like a half-deflated tube man.
Yes! He's just like the car park guy.
The car park guy.
Where else do you
Hi,
ever see them?
I'm the car park guy. Welcome to my car park.
Hi, I'm car park guy. I know I have 2 first names, but trust me, it's well worth it.
Here's my friend, ? Koichi is all, he's got the bow and arrow. The bow and arrow. Giorno Giovanna, what are you up to? I still don't trust you.
Well, like, nothing, Koichi?
No, Giorno says the best line, actually.
Oh?
He says, it'll take too long to explain, but I don't know anything.
Oh, yeah, true. This is sort of like if someone was having a police interview or something, like, of a mobster. What do you think they'd say? It's like, oh, where were you on that night? Oh, it's a bit long.
I ain't saying nothing.
Yeah, it's like, it's too long to explain, but I don't know anything.
Giorno Tight Lips got stabbed by the arrow.
It's just, I am very much excited to see.
Good energy in the room today.
This is
We're
much
back,
better.
baby. Sorry, you're very excited to see.
I'm very excited to see if, like, next episode, because we know there's going to be a few new characters.
We know there's going to be a next episode.
Oh, boy. There was a to be continued thing at the bottom. I think there's going to be a next step. I want to know if there are, like, genuine, hilarious mobster names. Like Tight Lip Giorno or, like,
Leaky Eye Luca.
Or Leaky Eye Luca. Yeah, more of that. Because that would be amazing.
We'll see.
Oh, that didn't sound heartening. No. Can we make up the funny names?
Sure, if that's what you need.
Liam, I need this. This is what's getting me through the week.
Koichi's still being like, I'm so suspicious of you, Giorno. You're a thief and a liar.
And a little bit of a shithead, if I'm being honest with you.
And Giorno's all, the lighter is lit because of me. And I couldn't have saved the old man. I feel bad. I believe what I did was right, but I feel dark and gross inside. Color palette shift. Despite that, I, Giorno Giovanna, have a dream. And to achieve this dream, that old man had to die.
Actually, it's a golden dream, I'll have you know.
Whatever.
It's very important, Liam. It's an extremely important part of his character.
You're going to have to get used to Giorno Giovanna declaring, I, Giorno Giovanna, have a dream, then doing something incredibly ill-advised.
So I have a golden dream. Then why are you breaking into this car? Because I have a dream, Koichi, and it's to drive independently.
15-year-old taxi driver.
Shit, I didn't even think that through.
Koichi exposits about part 4 and being shot by arrows.
True. He was shot by an arrow once. In the knee. It's a 10-year-old meme at this point.
And
isn't
then
it?
he says that he met a similar stand, remote controlled long distance once before, and that if you hurt them, the remote controlled long distance stands, it doesn't hurt the user. Which we know is not the case from
Most definitely.
from Kira's very, very bad heavy hand day.
Where he's just like, oh, I'll take the check. Bam!
Yeah.
Assault.
Giorno further exposits about his cunning scheme, where he's like, we're going to lure it into a shadow that's surrounded by sun, then remove that shadow. And we get a fun graphic of a scooter being, like, removed, and then the scooter's shadow removes.
Now, I have many questions regarding then we remove the shadow. How do you remove the shadow?
Well, if Alan Wake has taught me anything, the lamp lady will take you down into a secret room where all the secret manuscripts are kept. And in that room is lights from every angle so nothing casts a shadow. Because the darkness is what the villains move in that game.
Was this the lady who lived in that power station?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good game.
I mean, it was pretty alright.
Very good game.
I have mixed feelings.
A real
regarding...
shame we'll never get Alan Wake 2.
Yeah, no, I agree on
I
that.
don't really count American Nightmare because
it's too out there.
Well, it was kind of short. It was
Yeah.
like a DLC more than anything. And also, it wasn't very good. And it didn't really advance the plot at all. It was just Alan being stuck in the darkness and going through trials and tribulations. Ace Attorney 3. Anyway, where are we? Move the scooter, expose it to the light.
No, okay, we can't leave. Okay, so when you move the scooter, it still has a shadow.
Yeah, but maybe they'll just explode the scooter or something then.
That's actually not a bad idea.
Or maybe they'll turn it into a bird and the bird will fly away. Speaking of which, Black Sabbath does this clever bird move.
What?
Oh, we also skipped over a bit where Giorno did some very scientific testing to determine it could only move in shadows, where he would touch it and it would lunge at him, but he would be outside the shadows, so it would just walk away.
And it'd be like, hey, you're... Oh, I guess there was nothing there. Yeah, well, very well then. I guess I'll just stay in the shadows. Oh, there he is!
Yeah.
Oh,
No, you got away this time, Giorno, but I'll get you.
He's just standing there like, I got my beak. He does look very stupid when he's not doing anything. Because he's got that weird beak that makes him look like he's going, yeah, just gotta wait. Just gotta wait it out and then we'll get there. No, alright, he's just waiting. Okay.
Sure. They start running. They're like, let's get out of here and go somewhere where there's lots of light and we can hatch our scheme.
A restaurant!
And we see close up on Black Sabbath standing in the darkness, close up on crows flying overhead, and then it's gone.
What?
Whoa.
Okay, so when this happened,
Have you noticed that Giorno was running around with the lighter this whole time and it's just fine?
Yeah, he does seem a lot more nonchalant now with the lighter.
In a minute, it gets slammed into the ground at some speed and is still fine.
Now, given that he did at like the most slight movement,
Or the slightest exhale.
Yeah, that it almost went away. It doesn't really matter anymore.
No.
It's just a light. It's fine. Although now we know.
Now we know.
Now we know. The lighter is more or less just false. It doesn't
Lighter's a
matter.
trap.
Yeah, the lighter's just a fucking trap.
Or it's a two-way test, because either you'll prove that you are trustworthy, and they can just put you to grunt work, or you'll become a powerful stand user.
Or you die.
True, but in that case, who gives a shit?
Yeah,
from their perspective.
Yeah, the police maybe, but
the police aren't very good at solving stand crimes, as we know from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 4, Diamond is Unbreakable.
But surely you'd think that after this many lighter-related
No,
murders...
Polpo has the perfect alibi. He's in prison, and he
No.
was the whole time.
But these lighters must all be made by someone, right?
Unless he sends Bruno to go get it.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, stand users attract other stand users, so they know where they all are at all times. Makes sense.
Don't think that's quite how that works, but okay.
I want it to be.
Giorno runs through a shadow, very inadvisable on his way out. He gets grabbed by the legs, slams to the ground. He tries to do some muda kicks with gold experience, which is a cool move. Pretty sure that got incorporated into his moveset in the fighting games, but doesn't work. Black Sabbath too fast.
Too fast?
Too fast.
I thought he was just like, no, I'll take... Oh, no, he is too fast.
Because he's faster and stronger when he's in the shadows.
Oh, yeah. Like me. Nick.
Koichi saves the day. 3
no
frees.
Fucking shit he does.
I made his hands heavier. He shouldn't be able to lift a finger, but he's still got a grip around your ankles. Very unusual, very strong, very determined.
Liam, why are you giving Koichi this intolerable voice?
Because I don't give a shit.
What? No, give a shit about Koichi. He's the one thing pulling me through.
Koichi's all, Giorno's legs are gonna break. I gotta undo 3 frees to save him.
No.
Oh, okay.
You don't do this. Because he's right where I want him.
Look at that tree, Koichi. And there's a tree over there. The very same tree that he ran through the shadows of to get got.
To get got?
Yeah.
Are you sure you know what that means?
Yeah. Okay, let me rephrase. The very same tree that he ran through the shadows of to get backers.
There you go. So, oh man. So he's all like, check out that tree. And then a branch falls off the tree.
I do like that. There's like a sudden snapping sound, and for a moment we're like, did Giorno's ankles just shatter like so many old tree branches? No, 'twas merely an old tree branch.
Which shattered like so many Giorno's ankles.
Okay, yeah, so yes, Giorno exposits that he's just got experience to fill this tree with life so that it lives out its natural life cycle at a very accelerated rate. Sure, I guess that's how that works.
Uh-huh.
The tree, we see it grow taller, then wither and die. And then it just explodes.
Into so many pieces as well.
Koichi and Giorno are blinded by razor-sharp shards of wood.
It's like Giorno's just sitting there being like, as all these splinters come into his back. But thankfully, all those splinters also go into...
much like how Jonathan Joestar saved his love Erina from an exploding boiler by taking shards of boiler to his back.
And assumedly, by taking shards of boiler for protecting Dio's head, ?
No, I think that was over somewhere else at the time.
Oh, okay. Well, protect him from splinters of fire.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, when the boat exploded.
Yeah, in the boat.
Oh, yeah.
Well, more than an explosion, but yeah.
Well, apparently they were in the coffin then.
Sure. Let's say that. Yeah.
The tree stops casting that shadow. The sunlight is there. Black Sabbath heats up.
Ooh.
Yeah.
This is me doing a flamey gesture while ghost sounding.
Giorno has like his victory moment where he's all like, you said there were only two paths, but for you there's only one. Hey Koichi, move to the right a little. I'm trying to do something right now.
It's just like, if this was like some guy about to be murdered, it's like, cha-chink. All right, punk, you got two options. You either, hey, can you just move to the left slightly?
Don't stand there. Stand there.
It's like, do you mean here? No. Look, just
let me move you.
Okay, now just stay there. What, stay here?
You ruined it!
Just stop it, okay? Just stop. I'm trying to kill you, and you just keep moving.
He takes a moment to, like, frame the shot, and then he just unloads on him. He wins. Bask in the sunlight, he says.
And then the basking turns into him disintegrating into nothingness.
Yeah. We think he's dead, but Koichi later tells us that...
The stand can't be dead.
Dismiss the stand, essentially.
Yeah.
Now the sun is down. The lighter is still lit. Giorno is like, will I still join the gang now that I've murdered Polpo? Koichi says that thing that I just said.
In what order are these things happening, Liam?
Any order I damn well want them to. I'm Liam S. Smith, one of your co-hosts.
God, just instinctually I want to say, and I'm Nick Valentine, the other one of the co-hosts.
Koichi's like, I gotta call Jotaro about this. And Giorno's like, thump, on the
on the dial not go thing.
Yeah, the call cancel button.
I'm doing engineering. I should know what this thing is called because it's like a switch, isn't it?
Well, it's the cradle that the phone hangs up on to hang up.
Yeah, but I should know. It's like, oh yeah, he hits the switch, but no, it's the call not go button. Liam's frustration is finally blown over into, God fucking damn it.
Basically, Giorno's like, can't let you make this call, Koichi, because it's not just Polpo. It's the whole organization. I'll tell you all this, but don't you tell anyone.
The organization? Organization 13?
I don't know what that is.
Whoa.
For an alternate world where I do know what that is, listen to patreon.com/Jojo's World. Kingdom Hearts, not 3.
It was just Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah. Time to take the lighter back to the cell. It's 3 p.m. the next day. Here's the lighter, Polpo. Wait, where's Polpo?
He's gone somewhere?
And why is that wall a weird crust colour? And Polpo is like, I got a special pizza.
As he eats his way through.
He sucks it up like so much spaghetti.
And he's just like, oh yeah, don't you love food? And then he just sucks it in.
You're Giorno. Giovanna, yes. Let me just grab all this fruit. Yes, you see, my head goes blank when I eat. Too much But you see, when I eat, all the blood rushes to my stomach so that my digestive system can become erect, and thereby better consume the food.
Yes, when it all goes down there and I'm in the correct position, it's a thoroughly enjoyable experience. But if it didn't go down there, I just roll all over the place, which is why I was in bed last time.
He does what I think is a sinister mobster monologue, where he talks about God and faith and about, again, he reiterates how terrible it is to betray someone's trust.
It is, yes.
You see, when you betray someone's trust, it not only hurts their reputation, but puts them in a sticky situation.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And then he talks about how, decorum and, we will not fight and risk our lives over money or power or having our seats taken on the theatre or the bus. That's just foolishness.
This sounds a lot like
Jojo's Bizarre Adventure.
no, just some guy being like, "We will not have our seats taken on the bus. We must fight back."
But I will risk my life over being insulted. And I believe... And, he goes grey, and darkness, and I believe God forgives even murder. Don't you forget that, Giovanna. Bright, shiny lights around him. All this to say, welcome to the organisation.
Have this badge, you little shit.
He flips the badge high into the air. It lands on that little
item givey bit.
Yeah, the little slot that they pass the lighter through.
Mm-hmm.
Giorno's like, okay, let me just slowly reach in and grab this while you are taking a big swig of that wine, and then just Gold Experience hand pops out. He reaches out and focuses on the minibar.
Ooh, but to what end?
We hear the Gold Experience changey thing noise.
But what could be happening? Question mark.
And then
tell me, question mark.
Oh, he totally blanks Polpo. Polpo's like, would you like some wine? Oh, you're already leaving.
I wonder if that young boy managed to become a stand user.
He sort of monologues like, oh, it doesn't matter either way, because we can still use an idiot like him, and he'll never be the death of me, Polpo, the world's biggest mobster.
Oh, God, I'm a funny one. I'm going to eat this banana now.
No,
because
that's later.
can.
That's later. He does notice that his mini fridge is open, though, and he's like, oh, yes, my stomach is so erect.
God, give me so much more stomach goods.
Phone call from Koichi to Jotaro, being like, I met Giorno again. He's like, fine.
What did you notice about him? Was he just like vampire?
Oh, he's such a Joestar. Oh my god. The golden heart, the wind, the blood in his dreams that carries his veins.
Okay, so no news then.
And shoot up into the sky, Giorno, then images of the other protagonists.
Except Jonathan.
The other living protagonists.
Is Joseph still alive?
Unclear.
It has only been, 2 years since part 4? So he could still be alive.
He was doing better at the time.
Yeah, I guess.
Yep, so great. Giorno's great, not gonna bother with him anymore. Time to go do some sightseeing. It's me, Koichi. I'm not in this show anymore.
Woo! Wait, is this the last we ever see?
That's a wrap on Koichi.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh well.
He had a good run.
He had a pretty good run. He has passport and luggage stolen and sold off.
He's come a long way from being shot in the throat.
Oh boy, I was so young back then. So eager to get shot.
Really, if you think about it, compared to my former self, I was just an egg waiting to hatch.
And that
egg was pretty okay.
But now he's blossomed. Like a hatched egg.
And now, just a mere 5 years or so until I'll develop that weird round face from the Rowan Kashibe OVAs.
Oh man. God, I love Koichi so much.
Brief interjection with Bruno being like,
yes.
Let's go, Giorno. And then they're walking, and Giorno is having a silent, moody monologue being like, Polpo revealed everything I needed to know about him when he talked about trust, because he insulted the man's life that he murdered. And I can't let that insult stand. Cut to the prison, and Popo was like, I guess I'll just eat a delicious banana. Let me just unpeel it. Yep, there's the typical click noise that a banana makes when you cock it.
Best I dig in then.
Let me just raise this into my mouth and hold it there as I do when I eat a banana.
And let me bite into it as is necessary to consume a...
And we see the banana morph into a gun.
He's like,
okay, let me just pull the trigger on this delicious banana. And he blows his brains out all over his cell.
And Giorno's all like, even
That's
God
what-
forgives murder. Huh?
Ah,
Get it?
I'm Giorno Giovanna. I just murdered my boss.
Cool. Let's keep moving.
And then we see Polpo's dead body, and we see the shattered shaft of the arrow on the floor of his cell.
If okay, hang on. If you were like eating or like you had a really enticing meal in front of you, and it turned into a gun, would you then go, well, I mean, I reckon it still tastes good.
Well, am I in a today vibe or a last week's episode vibe?
I mean, either or, really. Like, if it's like, man, you know what? This pie is
Yes,
really good.
I'll just pull this trigger, and then all the delicious custard will shoot down my throat.
Exactly. Just the like mental thought that would have to go into, well, I did really feel like that banana.
Gold Experience can basically do whatever Giorno wants it to. He probably rigged
That's
that
true.
rigged that peel to pull the trigger.
Man, that banana peel, it was loaded before the game even begun. Turns out the game was rigged. And then I just shoot you, and then you wake up and you're all like, what? New Vegas? Where's that?
Ah, right, I'm with
Yeah.
you. Matthew Perry.
Yeah, exactly. I still need to play that game all the way through.
Yeah, they're going to remake it. They've remade Skyrim a billion times. Give me a HD New Vegas.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not disagreeing in any way. It's just a sad
Or
thing.
port it all into Fallout 76.
Hey, you guys wanted single player content, right? Just have New Vegas. It's like, oh, wow.
But don't play it for too long or you'll get banned.
Oh, God. You know that dude was in hospital?
No, I didn't know that. I think you may have told me that last time we talked about him.
Yeah. He was in hospital and they were like, well, you're clearly a hacker. And I was like, no, I'm in hospital.
You're clearly the hacker, as voiced by Christopher Lloyd on Cyberchase.
Ooh, good ref. Was that Christopher Lloyd?
Yeah.
Wow.
Also notable for voicing a weird robot man in Food Fight.
Mm.
Anyway,
Giorno's just murdered a man.
Yeah, Bruno's all, I'll introduce you to my team. And then we see shots of in a cafe just hanging out. The lads from the OP.
All of them?
Yeah.
Except for the lady.
Who are they, Nick?
Okay, all right. They're all named after Italian food.
I don't need names. I just want you to tell me who you saw.
Oh, we've got androgynous kid, who may or may not be a male or female, but I don't know yet for sure.
Yep.
One of the two. I assume it's a male. I don't know, but I don't
It is
care.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Yep, you're goddamn right it is. The Ballantine test is in full effect this week. We've got green hair man, who has long, flowing green hair.
I think you mean orange hair and green clothes.
Either or. At any moment, a color palette could switch that around.
That's true.
We have Sailor Boy, who's not Sailor Boy. We have Blue Clothes Boy, who I assume is a sailor because he looks like a sailor.
Blue, do you mean Floopy Hat Guy, as you were calling
Yes,
him previously?
Floopy Hat Guy. We have Floopy Hat Guy, who's wearing blue clothes and he's all like,
Yep.
And we have other guy of various descriptors.
The one who's dressed like he's on his way to a bondage ball.
Shit, what? Which one is that?
I mean, kind of all of them, to be honest. but,
yeah, basically all of them.
They're hanging out. To be continued.
Oh.
But before we talk about them some more,
Mm-hmm.
Nick, what do you think is going to happen next time? No, hang on, that's not what we're doing. Nick, what were your highlights and lowlights for this episode?
My highlight probably has to be the crows. Because when that happened, I was like, we've already seen them before. Oh shit, the crows!
Have we?
Yeah, they were like shots of them before that moment.
Were there?
Yeah, they were like above as like ominous looming crows being all like, yeah. Because they're
Yeah,
like,
we're crows.
yeah, they're like symbolic for like bad times
They're an
happening.
omen.
Yeah, exactly. But now it's like the omen is real
Ah.
and really shitty for Giorno Giovanna.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, fucking love that. Love that little twist where it's like, yeah, bet you didn't see that one fucking coming because I didn't. Your highlight?
My highlight was probably the button on the Koichi subplot, because it's obviously that exists to link in this with the wider world of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and like and give him that typical JoJo acknowledgement of being like, who's part of the family. And it's just nice to wrap it up in that neat positive way.
And have him off to go sightseeing.
Yes,
Although he never got his luggage back.
he got his passport. That's all that matters.
I mean, his luggage would probably have his wallet in it. right?
Jotaro's wiring him money.
Oh yeah, true, he is. It's all expenses paid.
Yeah.
Time to go see that mother trucking leaning tower, if you know what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, Koichi puts 3 frees on it and it collapses. Low lights.
My low light has to be, okay, it's time to meet the gang.
To be continued.
To be continued.
Oh, I'm a fucking idiot. Obviously, my highlight is shooting yourself in the face with a banana.
Now, I'm concerned why this is your highlight.
It's so good. It's so stupid. I love it.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Classic JoJo's Bizarre Adventure fare.
I do love that even after cocking it, he's like,
Huh?
oh, so I just shoot myself? Is that, oh, okay. Also, do we ever learn why he's such a big man?
No, he's just a big One Piece character, as I said.
Okay, alright. I just thought there'd be any explanation.
No. Yeah, as we talked about last week, I suppose it's just a reflection of his indolent lifestyle in that jail cell, eating huge pizzas.
I guess, but we've never met anyone
else. Like, the closest we've met to people being like that have been various, like, vampires or zombie body mod, like Snake Man. Remember Doobie the Snake Man? The man who was full of snakes?
Yeah, but he was also not human, so... Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. This guy, definitely human. Unless he isn't human.
What if he's an alien?
Ooh.
From space.
That's a good point. He could just be an alien.
They might exist.
Like zombies, vampires, and weird pillar men.
Oh, we know they exist.
Yeah, they're real. And ghosts.
And ghosts, of course.
Yeah. This part's weird supernatural phenomena.
Big guy. Giant.
Just giant fat dudes.
Lowlights.
Well, I've already said my lowlight.
What was your lowlight again?
The end of the episode.
Oh, yes.
Because it was like, look at all these people that you have to wait a week to meet.
My lowlight was probably...
Making your way downtown.
My lowlight was all that lighter being so durable now.
Where before it was so fragile.
So fragile. He couldn't even take a picture of those boys doing that human pyramid.
Oh, he needed to keep it lit.
But now he could run around and get into fights.
But perhaps that's a symbolic gesture.
So, Nick.
Yes.
Giorno Giovanna has joined the gang.
Which now has no leader? Yeah.
Well, it has no capo. Remember, the end goal is to get to the unknown boss.
Where did the capo fit in again?
Under the underboss.
Under the underboss. Okay.
The underboss.
The underboss is the capo.
Yeah. And there are multiple capos.
There are multiple capos. Okay.
So, Giorno has joined the gang, immediately murdered the person who gave him approval to join.
Yep, killed his boss. Yep.
But of course, that is a stepping stone to a greater cause. Along with in his conspiracy with Bruno Bucciarati. Now
to help the kids not get access to drugs from the bad mobsters. Yep.
Now he's going to go meet the OP lads.
The OP lads?
The lads we've seen in the OP.
In the OP. Oh. Is this the entire episode, just meeting the OP lads?
Well, Nick, what I have to ask you is, what is going to happen next time on JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 5 Vento Oreo in the episode entitled Find Polpo's Fortune?
Excuse me?
Find Polpo's Fortune.
Well, that's taken a turn that I wasn't quite expecting. Okay, Polpo's dead though. So...
The legend of Curly's gold.
Okay, in theory, his fortune could be in that jail.
He had a lot of shit in there.
He did have a lot of shit in there.
Oh, so now they all have to get themselves arrested. And now it's like it's Oz, but JoJo's.
Yes, I guess. Okay.
JoJo is the new black.
Okay.
Hot pink is the new black.
So, okay, Polpo's dead, but Polpo's fortune is a thing. Maybe this will be like a thing of they have to go talk to... Maybe they have to go talk to Polpo, realize he's dead. It's like, do you reckon the police even know? It's like, well, they probably do know.
He is in a prison after all.
So, we have to find his fortune before the police find it. Because if they find it, then the fortune's theirs.
And then it becomes like... race to find the fortune between like the noble criminals and like the
seedy underworld of real life.
No,
police.
like the like technically on the side of like order, but corrupt as all hell and
chaotic
brutal
good.
cops.
Yeah, it's chaotic good versus lawful
I think it's lawful evil. Okay, I think the mobsters are the chaotic good though.
No, the mob. Yeah, actually, that would be. Yeah, that's a good point. So yeah, they're going to be all like, we need to find that fortune. But how do we find it? It's like, don't worry, lads. I have a stand.
I have a dream.
Oh, it's a golden dream, Liam. You can't get rid of the golden.
I think they do.
What? No, we can't have this.
So that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah. So I reckon those four. It'll be a nice little like. We need to hurry the hell up. But how do we get there? Don't worry, boys. I have a stand power. Steal that taxi with my weird bug men, or some shit like that.
Sure.
Or like, we need to figure out where the police are. Don't worry, I have a plane stand. So I can see everything.
So as a broader question,
Yep.
now that Jono is in the gang,
With no capo.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
what's
with an underboss.
what's next for him and Bruno in terms of tracking down the boss?
Well, I suspect they'll need to...
And or does it link in with the Polpo's fortune subplot?
I suspect the other capos are going to be all like, we want that fortune.
Ah,
Doesn't matter to us where the fortune comes from. We want that fortune.
we're big earners.
You know? It's sort of like,
Yakuza.
yeah, it's a bit like
It's
Yakuza.
like the missing 10 billion yen that tears the Tojo clan apart.
Precisely. So, yeah, they might just be like, we want that money. We're going to fight you for that money. And then they come across the money, like maybe another gang is already there.
Oh, yeah. Remember at the climax of Yakuza 4?
No.
Okay.
Which one is that?
That's the fourth one.
I got that, yeah.
That's the one where, after 3 games of being lured to the top of Millennium Tower to fight bosses at the end,
Yeah.
all the protagonists are like, okay, we got all the money back, and we're not entirely sure who our enemies are right now. Let's just put it all in a big pile on the top of Millennium Tower and see who comes to fight us for it, and then beat them up.
What happens to the money?
When all the people show up, the good guys fly a helicopter low over the tower, so all the money is dispersed.
Oh, you idiots!
Thereby denying them of the very money that they wanted.
Oh, those good guys are the worst.
So it's a big helipad, and the only thing in it is like this big pyramid of money in the middle, but somehow people keep sneaking up on each other around it.
It's like, bet you didn't see me behind that big H.
Well, someone will walk up to inspect the money,
Yeah.
and then someone will like suddenly round the pile of
Yeah.
money to be like, so you're here too.
Of course. Is it like in that dramatic way where it's
Even
like,
though it's
dunk, dunk, dunk. Ah, here he
Yeah.
is.
Even though it's just a big empty rooftop with, I'm pretty sure, only one entrance.
Yeah. Fuck me. They
Um,
had to climb the tower, didn't they?
so,
Yeah, so, okay. So all the other capos, much like the Yakuza clans, dudes,
they're all self-interested.
they're all self-interested. So they might be like, Polpo's dead. We want his fortune. But this gang has the stand powers. So maybe none of the other gangs have stand powers.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
This is my thought process, is that none of the other ones have stand powers. And this is just like...
When you say other gangs, do you mean other families within, or other groups within Passione, or other crime families?
Oh, that's a good question.
Other crime organizations.
That's a genuinely good question that I did not think through. I reckon none of the other families will have stand powers. Maybe the people within Passione will.
Okay.
Because, if Polpo's got the arrow, who else has the arrow that apparently there is only one of, but there's now multiple of them?
Well, as I said last week, we know there've been multiple since
Yeah.
part 4, when
Yeah.
there were 2.
But it's still like, how many can there be? Who knows?
Alright, that seems pretty comprehensive.
Yeah.
Let's wrap it up.
Okay.
This has been Jojo's World, our Jojo's Bizarre Adventure recap and discussion podcast. Jojo's World, a podcast for nerds.
Definitely not a Yakuza podcast.
I've been Liam S. Smith, one of your co-hosts.
I've been Nick Ballantyne, the other one of the co-hosts.
Rate and review us on any service you listen us to. It really helps the show.
If you want to follow us, you can see us at Jojo's Podcast on Twitter.
And Instagram.
And Instagram. What? We're on it. Oh, yeah, we are on Instagram.
We're also on YouTube. We auto-publish to that, so I don't really look at it, but if you want to listen to us there, you can.
We have a Patreon.
Keep the best JoJo character names coming. Got a lot of good suggestions, but keep them coming for
Ooh.
the March Madness.
Yeah, we haven't got a poll happening. Because...
Nick and I haven't really talked about the structure of it properly yet, but I think, and I don't want to put hard limits on best, so if someone is best to you, keep it coming. But I think significant factors should be style, efficacy,
would you say grace?
general affection, and also ability to play basketball.
I am 100% down with this. Yes.
So look forward to that, patrons, and until next time, to be continued.
You.
Arrivederci.